G'day Bachelor Nation, it's Osha here, and tonight we're diving into a story that's as heartfelt as it is unforgettable. Every season brings its own surprises, but sometimes a contestant arrives who quietly changes the game. Amanda Stanton wasn't just another contestant on Ben Higgins' season. She was a young mum of two, bringing real-world strength to the fantasy. Balancing motherhood and the search for love, Amanda showed us what resilience looks like, even when the cameras were off. While others mingled at cocktail parties or vied for Ben's attention, Amanda was often seen quietly writing in her notebook, a symbol of her thoughtful, introspective nature. That simple act set her apart from the crowd, hinting at a depth that went beyond the surface. Was she journaling for her daughters, or mapping out her heart? Maybe she was capturing memories for her girls, or simply making sense of her own feelings. That notebook became her confidant, a silent witness to her hopes and fears. In a world of instant reactions and dramatic moments, Amanda reflected, documenting her journey with sincerity. She took the time to process each rose, each conversation, and every twist along the way. She wasn't just living the show, she was authoring her own story, one page at a time. Each entry was a step toward understanding herself and the unique path she was on. That habit of writing became her anchor, keeping her grounded through the chaos of reality TV. Amid the whirlwind of dates and drama, Amanda's notebook was her safe space, a place to breathe and reflect. We didn't know it then, but we were witnessing the start of a future author, finding her voice in the margins. Those quiet moments would one day blossom into stories she'd share with the world. Amanda's journey was never just about roses, it was about writing her own narrative and inspiring others to do the same, one heartfelt page at a time. Before the cameras ever rolled, Amanda was already facing the challenges of motherhood, becoming a mum to Kinsley at just 21 and welcoming Charlie at 24. She was still finding her own way in the world, learning to balance her dreams with the needs of her young daughters. While her peers spent their 20s exploring, traveling, and building careers, Amanda's days were filled with school drop-offs, bedtime stories, and the everyday joys and struggles of raising two little girls. She often felt the weight of judgment for being a young mum, sometimes sensing she was on a different path than everyone around her. But through it all, Amanda grew up alongside her daughters. Their laughter, shared milestones, and even the tough moments created a unique, unbreakable bond, one built on trust, love, and mutual growth. These experiences shaped Amanda, giving her a maturity and resilience beyond her years. When she joined Bachelor Nation, it was this strength and determination that truly set her apart from the rest. Suddenly, her parenting and every decision she made were under the microscope, scrutinized by millions of viewers and the media. The pressure was immense, and the spotlight could be harsh. Yet Amanda never lost sight of what mattered most. Through every challenge, her daughters remained at the very center of her story, grounding her and giving her purpose. She became a relatable figure for single parents everywhere, inspiring others by showing the strength, vulnerability, and deep love that define modern motherhood. Amanda's journey is a testament to courage, authenticity, and the unwavering power of a mother's love, even when the whole world is watching. That ever-present notebook? It was more than a prop. It was Amanda's training ground as a writer. She captured raw emotions and behind-the-scenes moments, turning her real-time reflections into the seeds of a memoir. Her book, Now Accepting Roses, wasn't just a Bachelor tell-all, it was a journey of self-discovery. Amanda used her writing to reclaim her narrative, sharing her truth beyond the editing room. The book became an extension of her vulnerability, inviting fans to know the real Amanda. She moved from reality TV contestant to authentic storyteller. That simple notebook unlocked a new chapter, connecting with her audience in a lasting way. Life after reality TV isn't easy. Every move is under a microscope. For people like Amanda, privacy becomes a luxury, and even the smallest misstep can become tomorrow's headline. The constant attention means that every action, every word is scrutinized and often misunderstood by the public. In 2018, Amanda's arrest in Las Vegas made headlines, painting a dramatic picture with little context. The flashing lights, the hurried photos, and the bold headlines all suggested something far more sinister than what actually happened that night. The story spread fast, shocking fans who knew her as a gentle single mum. Social media exploded with speculation, and people who had never met Amanda suddenly felt entitled to judge her character. The reality: a bachelorette party, too many drinks, and a misunderstanding with hotel security. What was meant to be a night of celebration quickly spiraled into confusion and chaos, all under the watchful eyes of strangers. Amanda, frustrated, pushed her boyfriend aside to speak to security. Hardly the violent act the headlines suggested. It was a brief, emotional moment, blown out of proportion by those eager for a scandal. For anyone else, it might have been a private mistake. For Amanda, it became a public spectacle. The cameras were relentless, and the world watched as her personal life was dissected in real time. The details and context were lost in the noise, leaving Amanda to face judgment and defend her character. The truth was buried beneath layers of gossip and sensationalism. It was a harsh lesson in how quickly a narrative can spin out of control. In a matter of hours, Amanda's reputation was at the mercy of strangers, and the real story was almost impossible to find. Amanda's real story was far more nuanced than the headlines allowed. She was a mother, a friend, and a person who made a mistake, just like anyone else. She was left to pick up the pieces and reclaim her truth. In the end, Amanda learned that sometimes the only way to move forward is to tell your own story, and not let the headlines define who you are. Amanda refused to let headlines define her. In Now Accepting Roses, she addressed the Las Vegas incident head-on, sharing her side with honesty and detail. She admitted her mistakes, but powerfully refuted the label of domestic violence. By telling her story in her own words, Amanda reclaimed her narrative and showed her humanity. The legal charges were dropped, but the book became her definitive account, offering fans the truth behind the headlines. Amanda turned public humiliation into a lesson in resilience and transparency. Her memoir wasn't just about Bachelor drama, it was about growth, mistakes, and moving forward. She proved that radical honesty is the best way to rebuild trust. After heartbreak and public scrutiny, Amanda found her happy ending. In 2023, she married Michael Fogel, who embraced her and her daughters. Their wedding marked a new chapter, love outside the Bachelor spotlight. In 2024, they welcomed a son, and Amanda experienced motherhood anew, now with more confidence and support. She reflected on the differences: less energy, more wisdom, and a deeper appreciation for fleeting moments. Amanda's journey is now defined by peace, fulfillment, and a blended family. She's shown that happiness comes from staying true to yourself and cherishing what matters most. Her story is about building a life with the ones she loves. Amanda Stanton's openness has always set her apart. She's shared her struggles and triumphs, building a genuine connection with fans. From anxious young mum to confident author and entrepreneur, Amanda's evolution is inspiring. She's faced judgment and setbacks, but always emerged with more wisdom. Her story proves that growth comes from honesty and resilience. Amanda's legacy is authenticity, owning her story, embracing change, and inviting us all along for the ride. Cheers to Amanda for showing us how to accept the roses and the thorns.